Beauty standards have changed rapidly over time, but one idea remains the same: the idea that your skin tone affects how you will be perceived in society. Trends dating back to ancient Greece hold skin lightening through bleaches and powders as the standard of beauty, all the way to the early 20th century in the Western world, as lighter skin was seen as a sign of privilege and wealth. This trend began to change during the latter part of the 19th century when doctors began treating patients of tuberculosis with sun therapy. Thus, the sun began being associated with good health. Advertisement and promotion of sun tanning became popular in the mid-1920s when fashion icon Coco Chanel was seen returning from a vacation in the Mediterranean with a tan. Suddenly, it was all the rage to be tan, which showed in magazine articles during this time that promoted tanning and products that mimic tans, such as tan-colored stockings and cosmetic products. This trend did not fade quickly as a Western standard of beauty either, with women finding many ways to become tan, even if those ways were dangerous. Talk of the risk of ultraviolet radiation exposure had begun by the 1960s, but this did not stop those who wanted a natural tan from laying out with sun-enhancing agents such as baby oil and iodine or Crisco oil. In 1978, tanning beds were introduced in the United States, making it easier to get a tan in half the time, as tanning beds doubled your exposure to UV rays. The consequences of these actions became apparent in the 90s, however, as many began reporting brown spots, early signs of aging, and skin cancer, all linked to UV ray exposure. It is no surprise with all these findings that the rise in cases of melanoma sharply increased shortly after the first advertisements promoting tanning. As numerous decades of research have provided a clear link between UV ray exposure and skin cancers of various kinds, including melanoma, the most dangerous form of skin cancer, we have come to understand the effects that direct UV exposure, especially that which takes place in tanning beds, has on the skin. Anytime skin changes a darker color, it is the result of damage to skin cells, and there is no such thing as a safe tan. Additional research confirms that using tanning beds before age 30 increases your risk of developing melanoma by 75%. Although the tanning industry tried to push back on these statistics by claiming that tanning beds aided those with a vitamin D deficiency, the fact that the majority of tanning bulbs emit UVA radiation, not UVB radiation, which is needed for the body to produce vitamin D, have proven this untrue. In recent years, many moguls in the beauty industry have shifted away from promoting dangerous methods of tanning in advertisements by instead promoting sunless tanners and bronzers to achieve a sun-kissed glow. This method, while safer, doesn't fix the underlying issue, which is the need to change your skin tone to fit society's standards of beauty, a practice that has been going on for centuries and not only affects Western countries where tanning is the norm, but Eastern countries as well, where skin lightening products are still used. Although it is now understood that unprotected sun exposure is harmful, the cosmetic value of tanning still presents itself as society's standard. Ultimately, for the physical and mental health of people of all skin tones, the focus of future advertisements should stick to the promotion of healthy skin.